gang, Sally here. Hope you're having an amazing and fascinating day. I know I am. I thought I ought to give you some idea what this video is going to be about, because I realized when I sat down to edit it, it's a little bit disjointed. So a couple of things to share with you, really. I am editing video that is only 4 days back from when I shot it. I shot it 4 days ago. However, you won't be seeing it until probably about 3 weeks after I shot it. What I've started doing since I decided to go to this more vlog, a little more fast-paced style, is I am publishing every 3 days now. And I don't know if I'm going to end up having to change that to some different schedule. Normally I would publish on Thursday and again on Sunday, but I'm just doing every 3 days, whatever that works out to be. And I do have some videos loaded up in advance. I think I've got like 4 or 5 that you haven't seen yet. And now I'm editing this one, which will be the next one in line. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to keep up by doing it that way. We'll see. You never know how this is going to work out. Anyway, what's today's video about? Well, today I spent a lovely week at a campground in Ulysses, Kansas. And I don't think I've actually shot, I don't think I've published any video about that. I really should. I've got some stuff put together for that. Anyway, spent a week there because it was bloody hot. I did publish that video. And I was able to have full hookups for $15 a night, so that was awesome. Excuse me. But it was finally time to leave because the weather was going to break at least for a few days. And there were things I wanted to go, places I wanted to see, experiences I wanted to have, you know, that kind of thing. What my life is really all about. So, did a whole bunch of driving, but I was no more than 5 minutes away from this campground where I stayed, and I got a notification from my TPMS system that said that my inner dually on the driver's side was down to 58 PSI instead of 80. I'm like, well, that's not good. And I was just on my way out of town and turned around, looked it up on Google, found a place that said it was a tire shop, went back there, and interestingly had it addressed. You'll find out what happened with that a little bit later. Spoiler alert, I had it happen to the inner right dually on the passenger side just a couple of days later. So, not quite sure exactly what's going on there, but I think everything's okay. So, we had that happening, which delayed my getting started quite a bit. But then, I just kept driving along. And I'm going to share some of the driving stuff with you, just give you some random things. But the real big deal for me that day was that I was going to go to see where Dorothy Gale's house was. Now, just in case Dorothy Gale doesn't ring any bells for you right off the bat, Dorothy Gale was Dorothy of The Wizard of Oz. So, I went to where Dorothy Gale's hometown is supposed to be. I visited some of the Land of Oz. I visited the museum there. This is all in Liberal, Kansas, so we're going to share a whole bunch of stuff from Liberal. And then we're going to get back on the road, and we're going to go spend the night in the Walmart, because why not? And I drive around the entire Walmart parking lot and talk to you a little bit about what I look for when I'm picking out where to park at Walmart. And then we're going to wrap it up. So, let's get busy, roll in the intro, and then we can jump right into it. And before I get there, if I've held on to you this long, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending your time watching my videos. And even more, I love when each and every one of you give me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know if you got any questions about what RV life is like, any of that kind of stuff. I just love to hear from you. It's always fun. So once again, thank you so much. Here comes the intro. Here we go. Well, we've been here actually for a week. We arrived last Friday and we're leaving on Friday. And we're driving down to the end here because it's easier than trying to make the hard turn out of the drive. I chatted with this girl with the van and the trailer this morning. She's going to move into my spot. She's packing up her stuff right now. And that's kind of what happened with me. I was in the spot that she was in to begin with, and nobody told me they were leaving, but I saw that the people in the spot I just vacated had left on Monday. So I went down and snagged that spot really quick in the dark on Monday night. So I actually did a pretty good job of setting up and getting level. Pretty pleased with that. We are in Ulysses, Kansas. It's already 87 degrees today. I think the high is going to be about 97. I think it might be a degree cooler where we're going, but I'm not sure about that. We're not going that far. Only about an hour. And the first thing we're going to do is get propane, because we are almost completely out. Okay, so they're going to take care of me, but I got to get turned around the other way. So, doing a pretty big backing maneuver here. Oh, my backup camera's working today. That's nice. Stay right there, Kit. So we're going to go around the block. Okay, and we're going to come back up this alley. Because he said go around the store. Sorry about that. I think I made a mistake too. Do you know if I can get out all the way up here? I can? Yeah.
No.
No English?
No.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Stop. Stop. Okay, GoPro. Now I gotta back all the way out of this alley. Get down. Kit, get down. Alright, this is going to take a hot minute. Okay, so I just backed down this entire alley. Now I'm looking for traffic. And we're going to go try this again. It is now 12:30. So we lost about an hour or so here. But here's the deal. There was nothing wrong with my tire. Here's what's going on. When my TPMS caught up and all of the sensors were registering when I was coming out of Ulysses, just after I toured it to begin with, all of a sudden it showed that I only had 57 psi in my tire. Now it shows 58. And so the issue is that the TPMS sensor is bad. They dismounted both the outer and the inner dualies, checked the whole tire, couldn't find anything wrong with it, and then they checked the pressure and it was at 80 psi. So I got to see about getting a replacement sensor, and I think they're still under warranty. I think. Not 100% sure, but I think so. So we're going to find out to get that addressed. But in the meantime, it is good to know I don't have an issue. I did just check mapping, and Google intends to take me down a whole bunch of little back roads, I think, and it will save me an entire mile. And I'm betting, because I'm in an RV, it won't actually save me any time. We're going to be, the turn it wants me to take is in half a mile. I have a feeling it's probably a dirt road. Very featureless plains here. Where are my mountains? I think they're all behind me. All propaned up, 7 gallons is all it took. At $1.85 a gallon. Woohoo! So it was like 13 bucks. That was cool. We are heading. Uh-oh. Whoa, that was not good. All my pantry drawers just came open. So now all the weight is just hanging off of the edge there. I wonder if I've got enough time to go fix that while we're stopped at the traffic light. I'm guessing not. Okay, I'm going to just pull right over here for a moment. I think I'm on the sidewalk, but that's okay. Okay, well, it's always a good idea to make sure your stuff is secured, guys. I'm actually surprised we made it. You know, we've driven, what, like 60 or so miles today. And that was the first time that everything came winging open. So, we're going to go check out the Mid-American Museum. See if we want to stay there tonight. As in, does it look any better than the Walmart? I was going to wait until tomorrow to get fuel, but I just drove by this Love's, which is $2.99, and so I'm going to do it now.
Avenue toward West Coolidge Street. Continue on West Pancake Boulevard for 1 mile.
So 29 gallons. I'm trying to remember when the last time I got fuel was. I have to go back and look. But averaging 9.44 mpg, which is pretty daggone good for me. Now I really do want to know when was the last time I got fuel. Oh, I did it in Clayton, I think. But in half a mile, we're going to be turning left. We're on Pancake Boulevard, by the way. We're going to be turning left on Yellow Brick Road, because we're off to see the wizard. Dorothy's house. the Land of Oz exhibit.
Turn right onto East Cedar Street, then your destination will be on the left.
Doesn't really look like RV parking here, maybe? Oh, maybe if I just park on the street. That's where I am and what I'm doing here.
Liberal, I don't know what you're doing here just
That's
yet,
true.
or what you'd like to do.
That's true.
Liberal, Kansas, home, the official home of Dorothy Gale. So we have Dorothy's house across the street, and it's a Dorothy-led tour through Dorothy's house and then the Land of Oz.
Wow.
Interactive, and she tells you the story, the basic plot of the story, and all that as she walks you through.
Cool. So how did this get to be the place that Dorothy was from? Because L. Frank Baum was very clear about not being clear.
Yes.
What part of Kansas she came from.
And so when we had some businessmen go to a meeting in San Francisco, and after they had their meeting, they went out to lunch, and they had name badges on for the meeting and all that. And so when they went out to lunch, the waiter says, seen his name badge, and he says, "Oh, you're from Kansas. That's where Dorothy's from." And at that time, there was no place in Kansas tying
that Dorothy was
Wizard
from.
of Oz to Kansas. But whenever people think about it, whenever people think about Kansas, they think Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
So they came back from the meeting and suggested to the town that we, find a way to tie Wizard of Oz to Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what they did.
Cool. Well, and I also know, can you tell me anything about Pancake Boulevard?
Yes, we are. We have International Pancake Day races
Woohoo.
with Oni England. One of the
So wait a minute, you're racing pancakes?
we're racing people
Okay.
while they're holding pancakes and a pan, and so it came about in the 1400s in England during Shrove Tuesday, Lent. The people they wanted to get the fats out of their house for Lent, and so on Fat Tuesday, the day before Lent, they make pancakes and stuff and to try to get the fats out of their house. And so this housewife was making pancakes, and church bells rang early, and she raced out the door, pancakes in hand, and raced to the church. So they made it a fun thing there for a while, and in the 1949, I believe they seen it in a magazine. Some members of Liberal seen it in a magazine, the story and everything. And so they suggested, let's make it a friendly competition between our two towns to promote friendship and everything. It was during the war era and all that. And so they made it happen. And it is a very beloved tradition that we have.
Very cool.
So.
And so when did the association with Dorothy and Oz come into play?
I'm not
roughly
sure what year the meeting happened in San Francisco, but 1981 the setup over there was completed.
Very cool. Are there other things that are worth seeing and doing in Liberal?
Mid-America Air Museum is Kansas's premier air museum.
Oh yeah, I think I'm going to spend the night there tonight.
Yeah, the largest collection of military but civilian-made aircraft. So experimental aircrafts that people made in their basements and stuff like that. There's some really cool stuff over there. There's one, it's like the sides are open and two people could fit in it, and it has a pirate steering wheel as a steering wheel.
Oh, interesting.
Of the aircraft.
Interesting.
Stuff. There's a lot of really neat stuff over there. So
cool.
And if you ask, sometimes they let you get in some of the aircrafts.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
It really adds to the experience.
Anything else that comes top of mind?
So there's hand painted Dorothy's throughout our town.
Oh, cool.
I think there's 7 or 8 at the moment. They're painted to represent kind of our heritage, our history, and all that here in Liberal. And so I have on visitliberal.com, we have a scavenger hunt or a Dorothy statue tour. And so you can access that straight from the internet, or I could print you out a copy if you're interested.
I can just grab it off the internet.
Yeah, absolutely. We have, our library has a large
the book, yes.
book front, yes. So there's
that's
that
on my
you can
list.
Check out. Yeah, there's also a miniature Statue of Liberty there, and a statue of Pioneer Woman to honor the extremely brave and strong women that settled in this area. very rough terrain and not an area that many wanted to settle in.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
So,
Well,
yes.
very cool. So it sounds like we got a bunch of stuff to check out across the street.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to do a little more driving. Then we have to go to Walmart. Just shoot me now. But I'm out of food, so I need to go get some groceries. And then we're going to Mid-American Museum, and I think we're going to spend the night there. And then we'll be on to the next adventure, which is heading for Fort Leonard. Is the next thing up. So stay tuned for that. But we got a lot more to see here before we finish out this video. So we got a little bit of an overview inside about the whole connection to Dorothy and the Land of Oz. But I wanted to walk out here and take a look at the statue. Oh, and the Kansas historical marker. Okay, so now I see what the statue is. All right, let's go take a look at the marker. When Coronado came to Kansas with 36 soldiers and Father Juan de Padilla marched north from the Rio Grande Valley in the spring of 1541. Objective was the land of Quivira. Oh, we've been there. Described to the Spaniards as a fabulously wealthy kingdom where gold was commonplace. In June, the expedition entered present Kansas, presumably at or near here, and moved on northeastward across the Arkansas River to what is now Rice and McPherson counties. The Spaniards found no gold, only the grass lodges of the Quiviran Indians. Oh, and the guide who misled Coronado was killed. That's interesting because I am pretty sure we went to the Quivira ruins as part of the Salinas Pueblo in, I think that was in Mountain Air, New Mexico, if I recall correctly. I'm going to have to look. After more than a month spent in exploring central Kansas, the expedition returned to the southwest, disappointed in the quest for riches, but favorably impressed by the land itself. Juan Jaramillo, Coronado's lieutenant, wrote, "It is not a hilly country, but has tablelands, plains, and charming rivers. I am of the belief that it will be very productive of all sorts of commodities." According to legend, Seymour S. Rogers, the first settler here in the mid-1880s, was said to have been mighty liberal with water from his well. From this came the name for the city established here in 1888. Well, there you go. And look what we got over here. Look, it's Toto's Dog Park. It is. Okay, we're going to walk across the street and we're going to see what we can see. Definitely warm, guys. I think we're about 95 degrees now. But that's like, 13 degrees cooler than it was the other day. So that's cool. Oh, look at this. It's a leash post. I've never seen a leash post before. I like it. All right, we're going to keep going. Let's cross the street, Kit. We got Dorothy's gift shop down to the right, and the Land of Oz. Oh, and the reason that this is the crossroads of commerce is that there are two major highways that cross right here near Liberal, and they get a tremendous amount of truck traffic as a result. So there he is, the Cowardly Lion. And Dorothy, and the Scarecrow, and the Tin Man, and sunflowers, because although I haven't seen it for sure, I am pretty sure, I haven't confirmed it for sure, I'm pretty sure that all of the sunflowers I see everywhere must be that this is called the Sunflower State. Not quite a yellow brick road, but it's a yellow block road. Well, I guess it's kind of a yellow brick road. And this must be one of the Dorothys here with Toto. There they are. I don't know what the significance of all the names on the block are. Maybe those are people that contributed to paying for Dorothy. What do you think this post is? Besides cool looking. We kind of saw these at Autograph Rock, and it makes me wonder. Got a little fountain going over here. There's the Scarecrow. There's a Tin Man. There's a pigeon. Dorothy and Toto. Okay, so we have to buy a ticket. Oh, here's the storm cellar. Oh, gotta buy a ticket for that too. Alright, I think we'll buy a ticket, because why not? So the governor proclaimed it to be the gateway to the land of Oz. Alright, let's go take a look at the museum. Oh, let's look at some of these bricks actually. So we've got Auntie M, Sam's Barbers, Toto, Dorothy Gale. So, oh, and the governor is right in the middle of that big spot. So pretty cool. Good afternoon.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Is it okay if I film in here?
No.
No.
You can take pictures as much as you want.
Alright, so we're parked over here. I decided not to do the tour. Gotta wait at least a half an hour for the next tour. And I don't really feel like waiting. They wouldn't let me film inside. So, I think we've seen everything we can see here for free. That's a little kid on that mower. Alrighty, moving right along. So we're here at the Memorial Library with the giant book and Mother and Baby in loving memory of the pioneer mother of Kansas. With faith in God, she built a home for her family in the wilderness. She overcame loneliness with tenderness. She set an example for all of us by her perseverance and steadfastness. Well, there you go. The Mother of Kansas. Pioneer Mother of Kansas. So here's your giant book. really is a pretty cool downtown. Most of the buildings still seem to be in operation. All right, here's my gratuitous selfie with the giant book. Woohoo! All right, we're gonna walk on over here because here's something you don't expect to see outside of New York. It's the Statue of Liberty. And the book that she's holding says July 4th Mockery. With the faith and courage of their forefathers who made possible the freedom of these United States, the Boy Scouts of America dedicate this replica of the Statue of Liberty as a pledge of everlasting fidelity and loyalty. 40th anniversary Crusade to Strengthen the Arm of Liberty from 1950. Presented to the Boy Scouts by D.K. Batty, B-A-T-Y, 1950. All right. Well, there you have it. This is Cooper Park. Look at all the nice flowers. It's pretty. Got a downtown Arby's over there. And we're going to be moving right along. I think our next stop is Walmart. I thought we were going to be able to visit the International Pancake Hall of Fame. Too bad that was actually closed today. But we did pretty good otherwise. I think Walmart's next. I gotta check my route slip and find out. We're gonna let Kit do his thing here for just a moment. Say hi, Kit. It's hot, I know. It's not bad in the shade though. So our work here is done. Our next stop is going to be at Walmart. And that's just 2 miles away. So I guess we're going to see the rest of Liberal. Like big rigs.
Head south.
Tractor trailers.
In 1,000 feet, turn left.
There's a Dollar Tree here. Is there anything I need from Dollar Tree? Rent a center, I'm not seeing anything restaurant-like though. So I guess I'm going to be figuring out dinner. I don't see any RVs here yet though. So we're going to go ahead and drive all the way around. I think dinner is probably going to be my last burrito.
Turn left, then you will arrive at your destination.
Alright, so this is okay. But I bet it's A-okay back here too. We'll settle down.
Head east toward North New York Avenue. In 400 feet,
Google doesn't think I'm actually here yet. So I bet I could park right there. Bet I could park up there too. Well, maybe not, because that sort of kind of looks like it might be actual roads back there. So maybe not. Alright, so we got some trucks parked along down here. And I imagine this is a heavily truckified Walmart. This being the crossroads of commerce and everything. Yeah, look at all these trucks. And I don't see any RVs out here yet. Or there might be one way out there, maybe? Nope, that's a work truck. Okay, so I think I'm going to park here near the store because it's so bloody hot. I really don't want to do the whole walk with my groceries all the way back and forth. So we're going to park here, do our shopping. I think we're going to go park down at the other end.